In this video, we will be solving a couple of compound interest problems. When working with compound interest, we need to use the formula A equals P times the quantity 1 plus R divided by N, all of that raised to the T times N. The A represents the future value, which is the amount in the account after T years. The P represents the present value, or the principal, and that is the amount that you're depositing. The R is the annual interest rate. We have to write it as a decimal. In the problem, it'll be given as a percent. N is the number of times that the interest is compounded per year, and T is the time in years. So if we're figuring compound interest for 6 months, we need to write our time as 6/12, or 1/2, or 0.5. So it has to be in years. Our first problem, suppose that $2,500 is deposited in an account paying 6% per year, compounded semi-annually, which is twice a year, and we're asked to find the amount in the account after 10 years with no withdrawals. So our variables that we're working with, I'm going to list those and then write the numbers that go with each of those. The 2,500 is the amount that I'm depositing, so that is my present value. The interest is 6%, so that's my interest rate, and it needs to be written as a decimal. Remember that percent means per 100, so take 6 divided by 100, and that'll give us 0.06. You can also do that quickly by moving the decimal point to the left 2 places. Our N is the number of times that our interest is compounded. Since it's semi-annually, that means N is 2, because it's twice a year. And we're finding our interest after 10 years, so the time is 10. So my formula then, and I'm looking for A. So A equals 2,500 multiplied by the quantity 1 plus 0.06 divided by 2, and that quantity is raised to the 10 times 2. Now we can enter this totally on our calculator. We have 2,500 times parentheses 1 plus 0.06 divided by 2, close that parentheses, raised to the, and then since my power has something being done, I need to open parentheses to indicate that all of this is my exponent. So 10 times 2. Close the parentheses for the exponent and then hit equal. So it looks like our amount is $4,515. And this is money, so I'm only going to keep 2 decimal places. So 0.278 needs to be rounded to 2 decimal places. So you look to the digit to the right of that to see if there's enough power to make this 27 cents go up to 28 cents. And we see that it is. So our amount is $4,515.28. Now, if we were going to use this calculator, we need to do everything from the inside out. So I would start with the 0.06 divided by 2 and hit equal, and then add the 1 and hit equal. Now this 1.03 is the quantity inside the parentheses. Now I need to raise that, so I'm going to use the y to the x key, raise that to the 10 times 2 power, open parentheses, 10 times 2, close the parentheses, so there's my exponent, and then hit equal, and this is 1.8 is the quantity right here that's going to get multiplied by the 2500. So times 2500 equals. So we can see that we're getting the same number that we got on the other calculator. You need to check your calculator and see if you have to do things from the inside out or if you can enter exactly as it's written. Now, continuing with this problem, our next question is how much interest is earned over the 10-year period. So the interest is if you go into the bank with $2,500 and then after 10 years you can leave with $4,515.28. Your interest is the difference between those two amounts. So our interest is just going to be $4,515.28 subtract 2,500. Remember that when you're subtracting decimals by hand, you have to line up the decimal points. So make sure you do that. So it looks like my interest is $2,015.28.